Good day, we are Group A and today we'll be presenting our low energy building analysis of the Olympic House. The Olympic House serves as the International Olympic Committee's headquarters, exemplifying sustainability and innovation with certifications like LEED Platinum, featuring low energy elements such as photovoltaic panels and rainwater systems. Opened on June 23, 2019, it symbolizes the unity and global spirit of the Olympic Games. The Olympic House was designed by 3XN, who partnered with Swiss architect Siti to oversee the construction of the building. It is located at Lausanne, Switzerland, which has a moderately continental climate varying from -6 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius on average. Olympic House has been designed around 4 concepts: integration into the natural landscape, athletes at the heart of the structure, peace seen on the roof design, and unity is shown by the 5-ring central staircase. The unity staircase, which references the Olympic rings, soars the full height of the building and connects all floors through a central atrium. More than 95% of materials from the former administrative buildings were reused or recycled, significantly reducing the amount of waste sent to landfills, helping minimize the environmental footprint associated with waste disposal. Moving on to the electricity and water usage in Switzerland. Lakes, rivers, and streams in Switzerland have no shortage of water, and it is no coincidence that the Alpine country is sometimes referred to as Europe's water tower, as it's rich in groundwater. Ramondi Energy, the distributor of electricity in Lausanne, is extremely committed. Their teams are ready to intervene in the event of a disruption in buildings. The quality of the energy they supply is above average, as they ensure to constantly adapt the networks to technological advances and specific weather conditions, which creates no disruptions to the buildings and users. Regarding the production of electricity, the country has a diverse energy mix that includes hydroelectric power and renewable energy sources like wind and solar power. However, in recent years, Switzerland has been known for having relatively high electricity prices compared to other countries due to factors like its commitment to renewable energy sources, which are expensive to maintain. Regardless of the high electricity bill, the Olympic House can be manageable in terms of usage and tariff rates due to its energy-efficient practices, architectural building codes, awareness towards the contribution to the built environment, and effective choices, which will be further explained in the video. Going into the certifications awarded for the Olympic building, we look at the significant award, which is LEED. The Olympic House demonstrates that the IOC is committed to sustainability, walks the talk and leads by example. The Olympic House has received 3 of the most rigorous sustainable building certifications, becoming one of the most sustainable buildings in the world. Now, let's move on to low energy systems under the Olympic House building. The systems in accordance with the Olympic House are the lighting, renewable, HVAC and facade analysis. The lighting system in the Olympic House is designed by Jesper Kongshog, and he decided to use LED lighting, ensuring lesser amount of energy consumption. Next, looking into the renewable energy of the Olympic House. The building is mostly powered with renewable energy. By using solar panels on the roof and rainwater harvesting system, the energy consumption is expected to cut by 35%. Rainwater is harvested and stored in an underground tank to reuse in toilet flushing, car washing and plant watering. To keep the building's interior cool, it uses water from the nearby lake through the active sealing system. On the other side, the converting pumps for the lake water helps heating the building. The Olympic House has water pumped from Lake Geneva to pump it down and cool, and heat it through a 2-pump system, meaning it requires no air conditioning. There are solar panel modules on the roof that absorb sunlight and convert the energy to bring in 10% of the building's electricity. Shifting our attention to the primary focus of our study, we will examine the facade of the Olympic House. Zooming in on the materiality, the Olympic House facade consists of a double facade, with the inner facade being 2,300 square meters of glass joined by silicon, and the outer face consisting of vertical aluminum fins supported by an aluminum frame structure for the suspended facade. The facade is beautifully cladded in triple glazed glass, enhancing insulation by reducing the energy required for heating and cooling, leading to lower energy consumption and operating costs in Switzerland's temperate climate. Aluminum fins on the facade are strategically placed to provide optimal shading, reducing glare and excessive heat gain inside the building. They pay homage to the Olympic spirit by replicating an athlete's movements, evoking the intensity of an athlete in action. The facade is evenly distributed in a rhythmic pattern. The movement of the facade follows a parametric design, utilizing aluminum glazed glass. The primary structure is inclined steel columns mounted into a C-floor slab with triple glazed panels attached to it. An aluminum frame is also connected to act as a supporting structure for the suspended facade, which is the vertical aluminum fins. A metal grating joins the two facades, allowing for maintenance and shading. The final layer is another layer of customized triple glazed glass in aluminum frames. The facade is maintained via a cavity in between the double facade, as materials like triple glazed glass require frequent maintenance. However, its long-term energy efficiency benefits outweigh the maintenance and renovation costs due to improved thermal performance and energy savings, positively contributing to Switzerland's environment. Next, the facade shading of the building. A primary factor to consider is the sun orientation. The facade is oriented to optimize solar gain and shading, with deeper overhangs on the south-facing side to block the high summer sun while allowing the lower winter sun to enter, facilitating passive solar heating. For added shading, 50 trees have been planted around the site. This combination of vegetation and facade design creates an integrated shading system that boosts energy efficiency and occupant comfort. In summer, the external layer with louvers or fins shields the building from weather and solar radiation. In winter, the facade harnesses solar energy, allowing sunlight to penetrate and be absorbed by the inner skin, which then transfers heat into the building for passive solar heating. The design maximizes natural light penetration while minimizing glare and excessive heat. This reduces the reliance on artificial lighting, enhancing energy efficiency and occupant well-being. According to architect Herfurth Nolson regarding daylighting, to be very sustainable, you need a lot of daylight, but not a lot of sunlight. The facade is self-shading from the sun. It doesn't allow too much sunlight to come in and heat up the building. To make a glass building sustainable has been a challenge, and this is how we overcome that. Coming into the thermal comfort aspect of the Olympic House, the prevailing wind of the Olympic House is orientated from the north and northwestern. It helps to remove heat and moisture away from the building and naturally ventilates the open spaces around the building, like the open outdoor sitting area and activity areas. The Olympic House's central atrium provides naturally ventilated spaces with minimal barriers to give more efficient distribution in ventilation through spaces. This gives an advantage for ventilation during the summer, and in the winter, sufficient daylight flow through spaces easily from the central atrium. The open layout floor plan of the building creates a permeable layout, which aids in the freedom of movement in between spaces. It also gives an undisrupted flow of ventilation and light from the atrium into the office spaces. In summer, the pumping station uses the cold lake water to keep the interior cold through the active sealing systems. In winter, the thermal mass absorbs the heat from direct sunlight through slabs and walls. The heat pumps extract energy from lake water for heating the spaces. In summary, the Olympic building uses thermal mass to regulate the temperature to provide thermal comfort for users. As a result of these strategies, a lot of energy is saved on electricity and water. The energy demand is also reduced due to the spreading of ventilation and sunlight. Thermal comfort is successfully achieved in regard to changes in climate and temperature in the surroundings. Now, we'll look into how the facade impacts user experience in the Olympic House. The double-skin facade at the Olympic House enhances comfort and well-being for users by regulating indoor temperatures, providing excellent insulation, and controlled natural ventilation. It maximizes natural light while minimizing glare and heat, reducing the need for artificial lighting. Improved ventilation enhances air quality and reduces indoor pollutants, allowing for easy breathability. Additionally, the facade offers significant acoustic insulation, reducing external noise and creating a quieter environment for work. So what do people think? Former US GBC president quoted that the Olympic House heavily considers leaving the world in a better place. Research associate Mawesh Khan said, "We heard from the employees that this was a happy place to come to daily." GCS current president Peter Templeton stated, "The Olympic House is a model sustainable building delivering higher performance while protecting people and the environment. All in all, we've gone into detail on the Olympic House's energy-efficient strategies and how its impact is implemented. We now understand how the different strategies, based on Switzerland's specific needs, correlate with and affect the different energy demands, as the Olympic House is a beacon of sustainability, in which the architects have truly mastered how to effectively respond to Switzerland's environment. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you gained some insightful knowledge.